there's this guy named Ryan Walters, dude right here. For those who are unfamiliar, he's the superintendent over all of Oklahoma schools. He was chosen by a board, I believe. Anyway, he got caught basically looking at adult entertainment recently on school televisions during a board meeting, if I remember correctly. Basically, somebody was sitting there in the board meeting and some adult entertainment starts playing on the TV, on Ryan Walters' TV at his desk. And they were like, "What's happening? What's playing right now?" And he goes, "Oh my God, I don't know how to turn it off." Uh, he didn't know how to turn it off, if I had to guess, because he knew that he couldn't pull his phone out and hit pause. It would be too obvious that what was happening at that point. So he was looking for the power switch or furiously trying to figure out how to yank the cord out of the wall or something without tipping anybody off to the fact that the source was his phone. That's just my guess. It was a really big deal. Let's just listen to this. Oklahoma officials examined Ryan Walters' office TV. Here's what they found. I covered this previously, like last week, but this is an update. In a memo to Oklahoma legislators, the State Office of Management and Enterprise Services says it cannot determine definitively whether or not an incident took place involving images of naked women being shown on a television set in State School Superintendent Ryan Walters' office during a State Board of Education meeting. Let me give you a little bit of background on what happened because you may be walking into this cold.
Like I am.
Yeah. According to Oklahoma politics site NonDoc, board member Ryan Detheridge noticed the video on a screen in Walter's office while a parent discussed appealing a district transfer denial. Detheridge says the video featured multiple nude women and some sort of chiropractic table. Oh my God. As Detheridge considered how to broach the subject, fellow board member Becky Carson, the only other person with a view of the screen, spotted it too. I was like, "What am I seeing?" Carson told NonDoc. At first, she wondered, "Is that a woman naked?" Before thinking, she's got a bodysuit on. After noticing, God, I'm trying to think about how to say this without in a monetary friendly way. After noticing certain anatomical body parts, she realized that's not a bodysuit. Both board members described the footage as retro and said it did not feature intercourse. Okay. Carson confronted Walters, telling NonDoc she asked what was on the TV, with Walters acknowledging that he saw it. "Turn it off now," Carson recalls saying. Walters asked, "What is this? What is this?" and fumbled to turn it off while saying, "I can't get it to turn off. I can't figure out how to turn it off." Well, if you just pull your phone out and hit pause, that would probably do the trick.
In what situation it does why do you need to do that on a TV? In what situation are you looking at the school TV and going, "Yeah, this is a great place right here"?
Okay, you may be too young to know about this, but there's this famous streamer who decided to kind of, do some of that before his stream, didn't realize he was live, and it went super ultra mega viral. It was so sad. I feel so bad for that dude. And I guess that this is the kind of situation that Ryan Walters has found himself in. So anyway, he goes off on this whole tangent about how he was being maligned by the left and they're looking for some reason to hate him and all this other ridiculous nonsense. Now you're caught up to where we were. Let's continue reading. The document obtained by the Oklahoman on Tuesday, July 29th, sheds light on how the agency's investigation began, how that inquiry has unfolded, and what officials have found so far. The OMES memo contains no language clearing Waters, though he insisted multiple times Tuesday that he had been cleared by the agency. Quote, "We are currently awaiting further word from the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office about the next steps in the investigation," the memo reads. The memo says 3 sheriff's deputies joined OMES officials on a visit Monday to the Oklahoma State Department of Education's offices inside the Oliver Hodge building located in the Capitol complex. According to the memo, they found the television had cable access, streaming services, was connected to an empty DVD player, and was equipped with a dipole antenna. Interesting. The television was connected to the state's open Wi-Fi network. A one-time passcode was required to access screencasting to the television, limiting the number of people with casting ability to the device. Right. So it wasn't just what that means is it was somebody who was physically at the TV and had physical access. It wasn't some rando in the crowd. And it also means that if they were on the Wi-Fi network, like if it was connecting just the TV alone and not through the phone, then there would be a record of it. But if I had to guess, I would say it probably wasn't going through the Wi-Fi. The search history on the television was empty. Huh. So you telling me you've literally never searched anything ever on this TV? That's interesting, right?
It's always really funny when someone deletes their search history to me because it's like we know that you were looking at something
Yeah,
that
like
you shouldn't
literally
be looking
anything.
at.
Yeah, like you don't I have a search history on like my TV in my bedroom, and I have an Apple TV. I have a search history in the actual TV, at least because I opened the thing and turned it on for the first time, right? Like there's some kind of search history on like literally everything that we own, but not on this TV. Interesting. The television previously belonged to a former education agency employee and was relocated to the superintendent's office. God. This was his TV in his office that this adult entertainment aired on. The employee's account was still connected to YouTube TV, but under a new IP address. Due to the hundreds of preloaded apps on the TV, the streaming services were not given a full review as the TV remained on site. Walters told them that on board meeting days, many staff members, board members, and public could access his office. Yeah. Somebody definitely went into his office to try to sabotage him. Absolutely. I believe it.
It was a silly little prank, and that's also why there is no search history, because if there was a search history, they would have caught it beforehand.
Yeah, absolutely. So the person who tried to like really get one over on him decided to delete the search history too. Absolutely.
And as a lot of 13-year-olds like to say as well, it was a virus.
Yeah,
It was just a virus.
right. It was a virus. It's so stupid, man. He obviously was looking at some inappropriate materials, right? I don't know how else to interpret this. Obviously.
You can look at inappropriate material. Don't do that at school, at whatever,
Your
wherever
office.
he was.
He was at the school and at his office at the school. Yeah.
Don't do that in a school building. Don't do that in your office. Don't do that at both.
And if you need more reason to like really dislike this guy, let me give you that reason. He is famous for a while back having banned history teachers from discussing race in any way regarding the Tulsa race massacre, like where a bunch of KKK members rushed into this little black neighborhood in the 1900s and burned it to the ground and killed hundreds of people in the process. Race is not allowed to be mentioned. It was just a massacre. A bunch of people who were there for no particular reason, going in and for no particular reason, burning things down and killing no specific individual for any reason. Vile, evil, disgusting human being. All the while, this is happening in his school. This is an actual image of students in an Oklahoma school that he didn't say a word about, never said a thing, didn't address it, didn't suspend them, didn't even talk to them, nothing. Literally standing there with papers spelling out the N-word. He's a white nationalist, a Christian nationalist, an extremist, and a colossal scumbag, a vile, evil human being.
He has that rich look about him, which means he looks like he's been rich his entire life and never experienced hardship.
He does.
His
He
version
probably hasn't. His hardship has been trying to cover up
Yeah.
his adult entertainment addiction that he's got going on.
His version of hardship is getting caught looking at questionable things in his office.
Just disgusting. Anyway, tell me what you think about it in the comments.